Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Tuesday night edition of everybody's favorite Rated M podcast. Yes, we are talking about gaming after dark. I'm your host, Mr. Boom Boom Kaboom. It's Noof Nukem in the room. And as always, I've got my usual cast of suspects with me, ready to go, loud, proud, and ready to shout it out. We've got the one, the only, the man who brings the comma back to sense, the man of the epic rants. It's Titan Drago!
What's up, everyone? Hey, do yourself a favor right now and download Evil Genius 2 on Xbox or PC. It's in Game Pass right now. Man, it is hands down the best game on the service. Like, they took everything from Evil Genius 1, expanded on it, made it deeper, and then streamlined like the little annoyances that like the training mechanic. So my God, I stayed up till like 4 a.m. last night playing this game. So I got like 2 hours of sleep, and then I went in to teach. Oh my gosh, I feel like a little kid again, man. But it's so fun.
Nice. I'll have to check it out. What's it actually about? I don't even know what it is.
You're an evil genius, and you run your evil lair. You build your lair in the mountain, and you got all these minions that work for you. You got to tell them to do this or that, or send them on this or that mission.
Your Gru.
So it's an RTS.
Kind of. Yes and no. You're not like there's like a map where you just send people on missions. You're not like, I guess the RTS part comes into just get that out of your head. Just fucking play it. Don't worry about what the fuck it is. Just play it.
Well, at least there is at least one game that gets Titan away from Smite for at least 5 minutes. Meg, how are you doing, man? It's the Merg.
Just listening to the Titan's description of that game, I already got a stomach ache. Yeah, I am doing fantastic, everybody. I'm glad to be here tonight with, of course, my brothers Titan and Noof, and of course, my other brother from Florida, Dreadpool, is here tonight. And we already got a chat going. Everybody in the chat, I'm going to say a big blanket hello to everybody in the chat, except for my one and only Joe Dunmore, who is right there at the beginning of the show. So anyways, we got some great topics, guys. Let's get right into the show.
That's right. Speaking of great, as Mag already mentioned, we brought back Dreadpool. He wanted to join us last week, but we just figured we'd, first podcast back in a while, we just keep it simple. So tonight we intend to get complex, or as complex as Gaming After Dark can get. Yes, your usual favorites will be here later on, including Ask Arnold, Cletus, or Safe House Sam. And don't worry, Tony Baloney. I already heard him wandering through the neighborhood, so I'm sure he'll be around to kick things off later on in the show. As for Drago's Corner, well, that's whenever Titan wants to bring it back, and whenever somebody wants to, challenge the man, is up to the task. We will certainly have it. I know people missed the segment. I've had a few people ask me about it. So, but that is on Titan. So, anyway, let's catch up with the chat real quick and then jump right into the topics. As always, Doggy Dog, first man in the house again tonight. What is up, Doggy Dog? How are you, my friend? Good to see you here. Draven Arrow as well. Tony Grasso, Spider-Man 356. I see my friend Crispy Bomb is here. We've also got Ryan Galloway. Our Rob, yes, the Halo killer himself is in the house. Percolator 9000 is here. I knew the doctor is here. I knew I smelled something funny in here. What's going on, doctor? And by the way, belated happy birthday. It sounds like you had a wild time at Niagara Falls. So great times. Wish I could join you at some point. I'm sure I will. Let's see here. Not in the ass business, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, careful what you ask for there.
Absolutely. He might include me. You never know. Juno's 23. What's up, brother? Good playing Halo with you too, my friend. As you said, Joe Dunmore is hanging out with us again tonight. Nyx is here as well. Princess Zelda, the charismatic lady princess of Friday evening. She's hanging out with us tonight. Good to see you here, Zelda. Fanatical Gamer here as well. What's going on? Who else we got going on here? Mike Mullis, our good friend Mike Mullis from the original Next Level Gaming. Oh, look, I see Peter as well, HTK 360 and Fast. Oh, they're all here. Fastback's here as well. How about that? Good to see you guys. And Iceman LMH, what's happening? Timothy Dixon is here as well. So yeah, man, we've got Kruma is in the house. And I think I have caught up with everyone. Oh, Doggy Dog coming back with another super chat. $1.99 Tuesday night. Gad time. Let's go. Yes, indeed. It is time to go. Our ACS Huskers here. Oh, look at that. The good man himself, Stick Figure. What's happening, Stick? Good to see you here, brother. It's been a long time. I'd love to get you on this podcast. Let me know when you've got a free night, man. I want to jump on with us because it's been way, way too long. So anyway, let's get right into it, guys. Oh, got some private chats to check out here. Hopefully everything's good. All right, here we go. So our topics for this evening, obviously we're going to talk about, well, first off, the one that's sort of been causing a stir this week, whether it's a big deal or not a big deal. We're going to find out how the guys feel about it. But let's talk about Black Friday. It's in the history books now. Let's find out what each of the panels scored on Black Friday, if they did score any great deals at all. And we'll talk about the Series S. Yes, the little console that did a magnificent job this Friday. Cleaned up, and apparently, according to many sources, was the #1 seller. A lot of people have different reasons as to why they think it sold the best. I would say it had something to do with, 1, being available, and 2, the price, and because it's an awesome piece of hardware. But let's find out. Let's start off with our guest, Mr. Dreadpool. Dread, my friend, how did you score on Black Friday? Did you get anything at all, or maybe you just got some beard cream or something? What'd you score?
I scored an interview with Peter, HTK 360. That's what I scored.
Yes. You guys were hanging out.
Yeah, we did that Friday. So I missed out on all the deals. And I'm really not a Black Friday type of guy anyway. I hate waiting in line, especially when, let's say one of the last times I went, Walmart had a laptop on sale, right? So get in line. And before I actually make it to the line,
right,
I started looking and I'm like, okay, if there's a pallet, there's probably about 100, let's say 200. There's like over 300 to 500 people sitting here. I'm not going in there. There's no way I'm going to get this laptop. So ever since then, I don't do it. My wife does it. But even this year, she was just like, nah, we already got everything we need. We pre-planned because, with the pandy coming on and stuff being not as available to get. We kind of pre-shopped a little bit, so I lucked out. Put it that way. I lucked out.
So you didn't have Black Friday. You stayed home and had White Sunday.
I know. I had a nice meal with HTK and my daughter.
Nice. I saw that.
Got a good interview, and actually that went up a little bit prior. So you should, after this show, you should listen to it.
Nice.
So, yeah, no video.
Well, I saw you guys. I saw you guys on Friday night there on the Iconic Gaming Podcast. That was awesome.
Yes, with Axel. Yes,
good stuff. That was awesome seeing you guys there.
Thank you.
Go check that out, guys. If you missed it, you have a chance to see Dread in the flesh with his adorable little daughter, and they had some great comments and commentary and answers and all that shit. But he'll tell you more about that later in the show. All right. Let's move right along. Let's find out what Loudmouth Titan Drago ended up with for Black Friday. Maybe he just went out and got a bunch of DLC for Smite. I don't know. What's happening, Drago?
I actually did get, there was a gem sale. It was 33% off. So it's normally $100 for the biggest pack. I get the big, and it's so I got 2 of them for $66. So
so Maggie invested in this package.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a lot of money for a free-to-play game that sucks.
And that's only one time that I did it too, Dreadpool. I've done this multiple times over years, so imagine how much that game has cost me.
Wow.
Other than that, we stayed away from like the stores for Black Friday. We're planning on moving over the summer, so we didn't want to get anything for the house and then have to carry it down because we were looking at it's a rowing machine. That was had like a huge half off sale, but we never ended up getting it because it's like, man, I don't want to unpack thing here and then we got to move here in a handful of months or whatever and move it with us. So I'm like, let's just hold off till next year. I'm sure the same thing will pop up next year. So. But other than that, this Black Friday, the Series S, it's crazy that I'm kind of doing like a sigh of relief when it comes to seeing this news, right? Like people are finally. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Titan. Go ahead.
I'm just saying people are finally starting to catch on to what the console really is. This $300 beast of a next gen machine, especially like if you're a little bit behind the times when it comes to like having a kick-ass 4K TV. You know, and that's a lot of people. You know, not every, you know, a lot of people do not have, like, I have 2 TVs in my own house that are not 4K. One's 1080p and one's 720p. So those will probably get upgraded next year, maybe Black Friday, who knows? But you know, this console is made for, you know, a large group of people, and finally those people are starting to find this deal.
Yeah.
What do you got, Noof?
Well, before I get to Mag, I just wanted to know, and any of you guys can jump in on this. Did you find that this year, did you find that overall Black Friday seemed a little more mute than normal? Like if you're looking at the flyers and the sales and stuff, things didn't jump out at you this year. And I wonder if that's largely due to COVID and the fact that perhaps a lot of the stores didn't want to advertise things they weren't 100% sure they were going to have in stock, because, you know, trying to secure stuff's been pretty much a nightmare if you're in the retail business. So perhaps that played a huge role, because I found this year it did seem really lackluster kind of. You had your typical TV deals, but a lot of it just seemed like, I don't know, just definitely not the Black Friday sales that we're quite used to. Am I wrong?
Yeah, and there were like headline sales too, right? And it's like that's not even like a normal sale before the pandemic. Like that's 15% off. What the fuck?
Yeah, the one thing we forget is normally we have, like, you know, that one toy that every kid must have. We haven't had that, and the main thing that happened this year was not everybody, but most of the stores already started their sales at the beginning of November. And some of the stores have said that they've made more sales throughout the beginning of November till Black Friday than they've ever made on a Black Friday, with including before that, right? So this is opening up their sales at the beginning of the month versus including everything in the previous years, only Black Friday, and then including what they made previously to Black Friday being a separate thing, right? So you include those two. They made more this month than they ever have before because they already started their sales early. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So with them starting sales early, everybody freaking out because, yet again, we've already said that we're not sure if we're going to get it, just like they're not sure if they're going to have it to supply it, to sell it to us. Then, yeah, you know, people are buying early. I mean, I just told you my wife was buying early. Yeah. You know, I've got other friends that they already have everything done before August. And it's like, how do you do that? She's like, I do it all before August. And then if there's something really good, I'll buy 1 or 2 things. And that's it. I'm already done. So I think that's a combination that we're not used to factoring in.
Right. Well, Mag, what did you score? And second of all, perhaps, Mag, do you think it's largely due as well to online? Because we always knew online was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But I think last year with COVID, online took on a whole new life of its own, because we saw how Amazon was, their stock and everything was up like tenfold. And a lot of people gravitated to just not even going out because of COVID and the hassles and wearing masks. So you think that had to play with it? And also, like I said, what did you score, if anything?
The only thing I bought this year was an SD card for my my new. I got a new 4K 60 FPS camera, and the thing is, the SD card was, get this, it was $110 off, and it was only like $20, and normally it's like $140.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was just a 1 day deal at Best Buy. So obviously I had to grab it.
$20.
$20, normally $140.
Jesus.
And it's a SanDisk 256 gigs, version 10, the whole 9 yards. It's like called like the Ultra Plus, whatever else. And it was remarkable. I'm like, how can I not buy this?
I guarantee you, the retailer made absolutely zero on that item that day.
Guaranteed. It was Best Buy, and whatever, man. That's their business. They're making money.
Oh, they get people in the store, right?
I just got it sent to me, so I was in bed. I was in bed.
Didn't even get them in the store.
I clicked buy, and then it already arrived on my doorstep. Done. So
you pay $200 for shipping.
No shipping here, my friend. No shipping here. Now here's the thing, though. There's so many things I want to say about the Black Friday situation. Now, what you said, Noof, you're talking about, everything's gone digital, right? Especially when it comes to because of COVID and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it was already going digital anyway, but I think the pandemic kind of pushed it over the edge. You know what I mean? Where it's just, we're like, okay, it's like half there. It's almost, everybody's starting to move digital. Well, then the pandemic came, and then it just pushed it right over the cliff. Now it's like 80%, 85% digital, whatever, right? The other thing is, because it's digital, they can do what they call the Black Friday month. Okay? So it's not even Black Friday anymore, like just the day. It's now like the whole month of November. So they start the deals like Dread was saying, like 3 weeks before Black Friday, the sales already start, right? And then they just cycle through as they sell out of shit, right? They cycle through and then they're like, okay, well, we got rid of all those TVs. Let's put the next TVs on sale or whatever they're doing, right? Now, the other thing is, for people like us, let's face it, we're on YouTube, we do podcasting, we do videos, we do whatever. In order to be able to do what we do, we already have all the stuff. You know what I mean? We already have the 65, 70-inch TVs, 4K TVs, the OLEDs. We already have the Series X's and the Series S's. We already have the PS5s and the Switches because you have to. Because what the fuck are we going to talk about if you don't have the stuff, right? The games. Okay, the games. We already have them. I would love to see, though, however, Sony's software sales, because obviously they didn't have any, they barely had any PS5s out there. But I'd love to see their software sales, because in Canada, you ready for this, guys? The deals that they had for Black Friday month, okay, for the launch games on the PS5, we're talking a year-old games, were on sale for $80. Are you out of your fucking mind? Like, do these guys have any brains left in their heads? Do they not realize that they're getting their asses and you wonder why the Series S absolutely crushed this Black Friday? First of all, there's something I talked about last night on Primetime Gaming with Boom and Panel. Okay, I was talking about, when do consoles really shoot up in sales? They always float around that 10, 20, 30 million. But when did they go from 30 to 70 million? They always do that when it's either on a Black Friday or there's a major price drop in the console, like usually about 4 or 5 years into the cycle, right? That's when they start hitting those big numbers, because then the casuals go out and buy them. When did the PS4 really take off? The PS4 really took off in 2018 when they had, remember the Spider-Man package? They had the PS4 with Spider-Man packed in for $199. People were literally buying 6 or 7 consoles at a time. I saw the pictures, and people had their little their push carts, and they were filled with PS4s, because at $199, that's insane, right? And so that's when the PS4 went astronomical in terms of its sales. Look at the Series S. The Series S is half the give or take about half the price of a PS5 and half the price of a Series X. Meanwhile, the Series S, which is no slouch and punching way above its weight, is outperforming, in a lot of cases, outperforming the PS5. And it's only $300, and it's half the price. And you don't have to buy the games. Because it comes with a 3-month voucher for Game Pass for $1. So you'd be playing all those games that are the number 1 rated games of the year, okay, including your Flight Simulator, including your Forza Horizon, including your Halo coming up, and the Halo Now, and all the other Psychonauts 2, and all those other games that are in there, third party and first party, are all in there,
right,
for a fucking $1. If you were, let's say, just you scored a PS5. You'd be walking out the door with one game for $700.
Yeah.
One game, $700. That is the price wall you'd have to pay to buy the console and one game. That is ridiculous. And that's why I'm curious to see what their Black Friday sales were like, because like I said, up here, $80 fucking for the digital version of Ratchet and Clank, the digital version of Demon Souls. Are you out of your mind?
And I see Nintendo gave everybody all that whopping, $10 or $15 off.
Oh yeah, they're a bunch of pricks too. And you know what the thing is? It's gonna come and bite them all in the ass eventually, because look at what's happening now. They're completely ill prepared for this whole pandemic situation. They're ill prepared for the future. Look at Microsoft. You can't buy a console, okay, except for the Series S. But let's say you couldn't get a console at all. You can stream on cloud with the consoles you already have. You can stream on your phone, even if you couldn't buy any console whatsoever, on your computer, on your laptop, on whatever. You could do all those things, and you could access the ecosystem. PlayStation has none of that. and neither does Nintendo. And they are so fucked if they don't do it within the next year, and they won't, that their archaic ways are going to come and bite them in the ass. For example, let me give you another example. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent, and you're going to fucking sit there and listen to it. February, because I'm a fucking and I'm not a fraud, but I mean I'm an idiot. I won't be able to deny myself buying the Legacy of Thieves edition of Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy, right? And of course, Horizon Forbidden West is coming out. And you know why I'm going to buy them? Because I have to justify the reason why I'm looking at this giant white vagina sitting next to my TV that's been sitting off for literally months, just sitting there staring at me. And so I'm going to buy those. Those two games is $20 more than a year of Game Pass. And consider all the games that are going in there have already gone in there.
And
Casual consumers, and even people who already have a PS5 and parents and all that stuff, they can't be that stupid. And they're not that stupid because the Series S on Black Friday.
Oh, Mag. People
okay,
are
there's a lot
that
of stupid people
Mag.
in the world. I get it. But guess what? If the Series S absolutely dominated, it wasn't because it just happened to be sitting there. A lot of it is a calculated purchase.
Yeah,
and you have to look at those things.
That's morons trying to fit their narrative any way they can. But the thing is about stupid people. It's wild because I saw a lot of people talking about these next gen consoles they were like, oh, they'll probably go on sale on Black Friday. It's like, come on, people, use your fucking brains, man. The Series S is already just $300, and they can't produce enough of any of these consoles to meet demand. And people think these things are going to go on sale. Come on, man.
They're not.
Yeah,
they're not.
My question is, did they potentially up production of the S on purpose to make sure there were more in stores? Because one, they know that at that price point, it's going to sell better. And two, here's the other side. And this is my little conspiracy theory of Noof Nukem's kicking in, my pre-Game Pass, because obviously what's the thing that Xbox really wants you to do? Buy Game Pass, right? And if you're buying the S, you're more likely to buy Game Pass or subscribe to it simply because the system doesn't even have a disk drive. So what does that mean? You're getting digital, and that probably means you're going to get Game Pass.
Yep. And
well, here's the other thing.
It
costs less for them to produce. So obviously, hence why they're charging you less, right? They can produce more because it's only one board that they have to make versus the X, which is two boards. Okay, there's two boards that are coincide together, right? Now, here's the other beauty. The reason why we see more S's than X's because you got to remember there was a shipment of Halo Infinity Series X versions. Right? So anything they had went to that, so that way they can ship that out, and everything else went right to the S's. Easier to make, faster to make, easier to get out. So there you go. This is why we're not seeing as many Series X's because they allocated some of the, whatever they allocated to the Halo version.
Right.
And think about this. Phil last year said, I expect. And when he says I expect, he means he knows. He said, I expect that the Series S will actually outperform the Series X by quite a margin. Yeah. He said that a year ago.
And think about it this way. Think about it this way. Remember when they came out with the 360 and the 360...
Yeah. The arcade or whatever it was.
The arcade, yeah. It's not the same. This is totally different. Because those that got the arcade really got shafted. Whoever's getting the S right now is not getting shafted.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Yeah. No. You can't play physical. It's not really a shafting. You already know what's going on there.
It costs less than the Switch, man. That tells you something.
Yeah. And that's
and you don't have to buy any games, Noof.
Damn, I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, let's say you do buy a Switch. Each game is $80 friggin' dollars. Right? You buy 2-3 games. That for what? That's the same price as the S.
And if you don't get Game Pass, right? Any digital games you already had on the One or the 360 are already there.
Yep.
So it's an instant right there for you. If you're new to it, yeah, Game Pass is the way to go. But if you really didn't know anything about it and you just get a digital version, not a big deal. You've already got your old stuff there going forward.
I am a little surprised that it did outsell the Switch though, because the Switch is still a little cheaper, right? Still Nintendo, and like the Switch is just seems to be this fucking unstoppable train of fucking selling these stupid Switch consoles.
Because you got the OLED Switch that everybody just
that too.
in for buying. That not everybody's like doing. If they were to release it a little bit later, maybe.
That kind of just shows you how terrible of an idea releasing that Switch OLED was.
But some people online think that the S only sold by default because it was available and because the Series
people are
X
idiots. Those people are idiots.
I've seen videos where every console was available: X's, S's, PS5s.
I saw that.
But do people buy something they don't really want?
No, nobody buys what they don't want.
Like, they think that you're gonna walk in there. Like, that's like me walking onto a car lot, okay, with in mind I'm gonna be buying a Ferrari, and they're like, "Oh, we don't have Ferraris here." I'm like, "Oh well, there's a Hyundai. I guess I'll just get that." Like, that's not how it works, people. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like I said, a lot of it is still a calculated expense.
Yeah,
it's a calculated purchase. Excuse me, and because of that, it's completely like people don't think about that. People don't realize that like there are parents out there. There are kids who don't have a lot of money. There are teenagers out there who want to play games and don't have they don't have a shitload of money to spend $100 per game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Why would you? When you could get this console for a couple of $100 and then for $1 for at least for the first 3 months. But then even after that, $15 a month, give me a break. The minimum wage here is $15 fucking dollars.
They
are an hour of work.
Dude, they're chugging. They're like chucking games into Game Pass right now every week, dude.
Dude,
it's
Aliens Fireteam comes out in 2 weeks. You guys hear that?
Yep. I mean, I was going to say prime example for Game Pass. Prime example for Game Pass, Noof, right?
Yeah.
Mr. All Digital. And I commend him for, looking at it and holding to his guns and saying, I'm not doing it this way. I'm not doing it this way. And then he's looking at it going, look, I got to do it where the value is. And that's where, I can't afford to buy all these new games. If it gets me in here, then it gets me in here. So when you look at Noof finally breaking down and looking at it, other people are doing the same thing. There are so many people that said, I'm never going to do this. How many people said that the Series S was a horrible idea because there's no CD on there? Guess what? It is what it is. If you really want an X, you get an X. If you're gonna go for an S, you know what you're getting. And those of us that do know the difference. And then the old crowd that don't understand games, they're already like in Mag's establishment, getting their porridge from Mag. But the rest of us are old enough to have kids / grandkids and so forth, that we are the older generation now. Most of us are older. And yes, as Titan Drago said, there are a lot of stupid people out there. So we've seen so many Karens out there. We've seen so many idiots out there, so it doesn't say that every single one of us know everything about games and the difference between consoles or what a Switch is. You know what I mean? So there's a higher demographic that do know now than didn't in previous generations before us, So now with this stuff coming out, people are knowing what they're getting. So they know when they buy this console that it's supposed to do this. I bought a Series X when I had a 1080p TV, right? I still had the 1X when I had the 1080p TV. It wasn't until I built my computer did I get a monitor that can handle 4K. Yeah, but I knew what I was getting, and I knew going in I wasn't getting 4K. I was getting super sampling.
Yeah,
but I knew what I was getting, just like you knew what you were getting into when you went into the all digitals aspect of Game Pass. You're still able to buy the games in theory when they're available for you to buy them physically, but it gives you that opportunity.
I just thought of another Noofanomics sign of when times are tough for Noof is when he has to do Noofanomics to sell his Series X to get a Series S.
Hey, don't tempt me.
Dude, you do that, we're off the show permanently. That's it. It's going to be Noof solo. They're going to protest.
No, shit, that'd be terrible. Here's all Microsoft got to do though to sell these consoles. Like literally, if they have a good salesman in the store that knows what they're doing and knows how to sell it, it's pretty simple. Take 3 games from the shelf. For example, take Halo, take Forza Horizon, for example. Take out the disc versions, right? Or even any other console for that matter. Hold up 3 games at full price and say, how much are these games? And the parent looks at you and go, I don't know, they're what, $80 each up here in Canada, maybe more. All right, so there you go. So $80 each times 3, that gives you what? $220, right? And say, parents, would you buy that? Perhaps it's $220. And you say, you know what? Guess how many games you can play for less than $200 with a Game Pass subscription? They go, how many? Like 5, 10, over 300. Watch the look on their face. And these are included. The ones that you just picked up in your hand that are $80 a piece here in Canadian, yeah, they're all included in there for that $16.99 a month.
And weekly, there's new games thrown in there. And the big first-party titles that come out day and date. Like, it's...
I guess, unless they're as stupid as a tree trunk, they're buying Game Pass.
Could you imagine, though, 2 years ago saying something like that?
Right?
Working at GameStop, you would have been fired.
Yeah,
you would. Now they're supposed to technically be pushing that a little bit.
I don't know if they're supposed to be, but I think it's innuendo supposed to be.
Well, I can damn well tell you this much: Xbox is definitely a lot more prominent in their stores than it was 6 or 7 months ago. Even up here in Canada, I walk in now, and Xbox is not relegated in the back ass of the corner. So that's a good sign. They got Xbox merch in there. They're on the front wall, not the corner wall. So that's always good.
Microsoft bailed them out too, like GameStop.
Yeah, they did.
They had no choice.
Well, they're using some tech from them, and I don't know. What's funny is since they bailed them out, it wasn't like I did it intentionally, but I really haven't gone back to GameStop for anything. The only thing I needed to do was do some pre-orders, but a lot of the pre-orders I've been able to do online. So, sorry, GameStop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's turning into that type of world.
I'm getting pretty close to avoiding them anyway, just because a lot of the people that still work at those stores, you just drive me absolutely fucking bonkers. It's pretty bad when I walk into the store and I know more 98% of the time than any of their staff do. They actually got to get on a computer and look everything up, and I'm like, yeah, here's your date. And they look at me and they're like, holy fuck, this guy knows his shit, right? Yeah, here's your date. Hey, because I'll hear people ask them in the store, when's this game coming out? What does this do? And this, like, and I'll be like answering the questions for them. I'm like, I'll just answer it because I can't stand the stupidity coming out of their fucking mouths over there. Like, I'll answer the question for you before they say something absolutely dumb. So, oh yeah, you'd be surprised how many times during the Xbox One generation, you go to the counter and one particular lady, she walks in one day, his kid brings in a stack of Xbox 360 games, they're all 360, and was getting ready to, I'm going to trade these in and stuff like that. Because she wanted to get an Xbox One, and the guy was basically trying to tell her, no, that's no good, they won't work, blah, 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 blah. I said, no, you don't even have to trade these games in. All those games you got there, I'd say, but most of those work on your Xbox One right now. And she just looked at me like, really? And I'm like, yeah. But the guy was trying to tell her that, no, they ain't going to work. Because he wanted to get the trades, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she was pretty happy when I told her that shit. He didn't have to lose half his game collection.
That's good. He's paid a little bit more money, but I mean, what's the difference? $5 in difference that they would have given him like 50 cents for a disc?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I told that to my friends before. I said, if you're going to trade something in, let me know what they're going to give you, right? And let me know what they're selling it for, and I'll meet you in the middle. So that way you get more money in cash than they would give you back. So, because they would do the trade-in. So I'm like, okay, well, this is the trade-in. So if it's $30 and, with the Game Pass deal, it'll be like $33 and they're selling it for $40. I'm like, I'll give it to you for like $40, like $36 or something like that. You get a few extra bucks, you put that on the next game. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm getting a good game that I know it would work. And at the same time, they're getting the shaft because they're not getting another game to sell at a higher price that they shafted somebody else over. But that's my thing. I don't do that anymore because I don't care.
Real
Oh,
quick, guys, we got a super chat coming in. This one from our good friend Edgeratos Henosis. He drops $5. It says, "Great work, dudes." Well, thank you, Edgeratos. Thanks for being here. Greatly appreciated. And Toolman, look at Noof Nukem, the Game Pass Ultimate Advisory Board member.
There it is.
Yeah, I've come a long ways compared to about a year ago. Ask me the same question now, right? Would have been a different answer. So, hey, what can you say when the value is too good, man? I'm telling you, you eventually got to start taking a look at things, right? So,
You know what just dawned on me is you remember for a little while there that people were trying to get going that whole thing about support the devs, buy the games at full price on PlayStation so they get paid.
yeah.
And we're just talking about trading games and buying used games. I bet you every one of those motherfuckers were buying used games out of a GameStop for like 2 decades, weren't they?
Yeah,
They
were.
support the devs, eh?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Support the devs,
Right.
and then the next week they promote pirating.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry, it just came to my mind. I had to get that out of my system.
that's why cloud streaming is becoming more and more prevalent. Is between the cheating and the piracy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, I'm all for it.
Just saying.
All for it.
These guys want to keep doing it. This is what's going to happen, and it's happening.
As for my Black Friday haul, guys, I'll get it out of the way real quick. I picked up Guardians of the Galaxy, got it for $39.99 Canadian, which is a pretty damn good deal considering it was like probably a week before Black Friday or whatever. It was pretty much $79.99 full price game, so half price basically. Can't go wrong with that. So yes, indeed. But that's about it. Most years I pick up a lot more, but like I said, I already have a 4K TV. I didn't see the point of another one, and obviously I didn't need a console. I already have my console, so all that stuff is there. And even if there was a PS5 to be had in the stores, I don't have enough cash for PS5. Don't worry, I already traded mine a long time ago in Newfoundlands. But anyway, yeah, I digress. Let's get rid of it. Any further comments on this, guys? I mean, obviously, it's glad that the Series S is doing well. It will continue to do well at the price point. It's just an amazing value right now with Game Pass added in. It's just dynamite. It's like I said, as long as you could care less about the disc drive portion, it's definitely a great console, and it can do some amazing performance feats for sure. So definitely recommend you get one if that's the ecosystem you're in, and if you can wait and hold out and get an X, or perhaps I know a lot of people that got the X and they're buying the S's now for their kids or for a second console in the bedroom, or even for something to take on the road because it's a lot more it's smaller in size. So for whatever reason you buy one, I'd say go for it. If it's there, pick one up.
I concur.
Yeah.
Any further thoughts?
Next topic.
All right. Well, let's talk about Halo Infinite. New trailer dropped today. It looks absolutely dynamite. I can't wait, guys. December the 8th is the day. I know a lot of people have been up to their eyeballs in playing the multiplayer, which have been having an absolute blast with, to be quite honest with you. So did you have a chance to check out the trailer? Are you more hyped now for the campaign? And we'll also talk about, well, the level of cheaters, the lack of XP, which they have been remedying, and those sorts of things. But let's just talk about the trailer first. And round table here, whoever wants to go in on it, have at her. What'd you think?
I'll just say real quick, the options to turn off the crossplay are there. However, just because they are there doesn't mean that they will actually give us the option to turn that off, because Warzone says "hold my beer" on Xbox.
Right.
So, another thing, Dr. Disrespect, man, dude cracks you up. He hates Halo, right? And did you guys see the clip where he's like raging that he didn't get any aim assist? He's like, "Where's my aim assist? Where is?" Dying, man, because he got tore up and he got no aim assist.
Doesn't he have special armor in that game, or am I just seeing things?
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know if it was real or not, though.
It might not have been even real, yeah. But
I've yet to see that in action, but it did look kind of cool. But I watched part of the trailer, and then I'll hand it off after this part to you guys. I watched part of the trailer, and then I turned it off. I'm like, I don't want any spoilers. This looks like it's getting pretty deep into the story, and I don't want to hear any of that. I want to be really surprised when time comes around. When what is it, December 8th? Oh, and speaking of December 8th, did you guys notice that is the exact day Warzone is dropping its integration with
Really?
the new. Yeah, it's the exact same day. So this is going to kind of be like a real true testament to see just how big Halo campaign is versus Call of Duty's new, their new anti-cheat, because that's all dropping the same day. They're anti-cheat. They're updating the map. They're throwing the new map down. So
I'll put money on this, right? Titan. When December 8th comes and I look at my friends list, I guarantee you there will be 2 or 3 people maybe on Call of Duty. The rest will be on Halo. I can guarantee you that right now.
I can guarantee I'll see one at most.
I was going to say I can almost guarantee at the beginning of the day or beginning of the shift, I would see more Call of Duty, only for the fact that everybody wants to try it and see it versus what we've already been playing. You know what I mean? So I think it'll shift over and then it'll just come right back to Halo.
I think you'll see more people on the Halo Infinite campaign first, because once people beat the campaign, then you're gonna see all the Call of Duty players that jump on. I want to jump on. Like, I want to play Warzone so bad. I love Battle Royale, and I haven't played it in so long. And Shameless Games, he's like, man, when you coming back? I said, when they drop that anti-cheat. I don't want to play it without that stuff. It's so frustrating for me, man. So many losers out there that got to cheat at a fucking video game.
See, my problem is I'm used to playing the campaign the first time with my friends, and I'm not going to be able to do that. So for those like me, we're going to hold off as long as we can and not play the campaign.
Right.
So we'll be back on multiplayer. So that's why I see Call of Duty and then back to Halo.
That's what you call intestinal fortitude. That's almost as bad as a priest refraining, isn't it?
That's almost as bad as Nuke holding onto a disc only.
The thing is, though, there's one thing I'm really curious about. Actually, Titan and Dreadpool. Well, more Titan was talking about this. It's like, when people are done the campaign, this is not a first-person shooter campaign. Like, it's not a Call of Duty that you could finish in an afternoon. You know what I mean? Like 5 hours and then that's it. This is an open world game. Like, I don't know how extensive it is, but from what I've seen, or from what I've taken a look at, we're talking like a Far Cry 6 kind of thing. So this could be anywhere from like 50 to 100 hours in the campaign mode. So it's going to be interesting to see if people are going to get pulled off of that for Call of Duty, because like I said, it's a whole different thing. Like look at Dealer, for example. Dealer played literally just a slice of it. Okay, it was basically a demo, and he was in there for like 10 or 11 hours. What Halo campaign or any first-person shooter campaign would be that long? Not even that long. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm wondering how this is going to go. I wonder, like I said, if it was a Call of Duty campaign or style campaign, you could rip through that shit in one day, and then you can go back to, whatever the fuck you're going to play, Warzone or whatever, right? But if this thing really grabs you by the nuts and then, like, it just has you for, like, anywhere between 50 and 100 hours, let's say, I'm not 100% sure how that's going to go, or like if Call of Duty is going to bring those numbers. And from what I understand, Call of Duty's numbers are trash.
Yep. Now, Splendor
to their history, yeah.
Yes, Splendor
compared to their history. Sorry, I should have specified
You're right.
that.
No, I knew what you meant. You're right. And the thing is like, you're going to have those people that, jump into an open world and they want to see everything. They want to do everything. They want to hit every side mission. They want to unlock all the achievements like you. And then you got the people like me that just want to kind of blow through the campaign.
How are you going to blow through an open world campaign like that?
Well, I mean, that's a good question. If they have the main quest markers, right? If they, if they show,
yeah.
That's a good way to like kind of roll through it. And that's what I usually do. Like I'll sometimes when I get bored with like the main campaign story on a game or whatever, I'll throw in a side mission or whatever, and then go back to it whenever I feel like it. And I don't know if I want them to do that or not. I don't really care. I don't really care how they do it. I mean, it looks really fun with what they did. I'm just not overly excited because I haven't seen too many AI on screen at once. I think there should be more, but that's kind of besides the point. But Nick said in the chat, he's like, Drago, these people need a confidence booster. He's talking about the cheaters. They need a confidence booster for being cellar dwellers. Nick's like, I'm a cellar dweller right there. I'm just my goddamn self. It's like, the thing is, it's never even crossed my mind to like cheat at a video game. I guess that's what drives me crazy about it. It's like, I've never like, I need to fucking play better, so I'm going to fucking search online for hours for this fucking cheating, this fucking aimbot, and this fucking wall hack, and what fucking, there's so many of them now, too. And there's people making money off this crap.
You've been cheating since Halo 1. 4-player co-op, you would not keep your eyes on your corner of the screen. So, as Splendiferous was saying,
I was always like, and you know, it's funny you say that, Dread, because I was always like, hey, Screen Watch, it's okay. You can do it to me. I can do it to you.
I'm like, I can't help it. I got good peripheral vision.
Yeah.
But Splendiferous was saying about the campaign. That's the plan. Is waiting for my friends. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but that's the plan. It depends on how good everybody says and how FOMO I get into this. So, multiplayer.
God damn you, Iceman. Yeah, I'm paying to win with my new my fucking plushy skin over here. Fucking Iceman. What do you guys got?
Now you ready to roll on that campaign? And how do you feel about cheaters in Halo?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Who, me?
You ready for that campaign?
Yeah, we'll ask you a question
something.
now or two now and again.
This is my jam. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Open world, Borderlands, Far Cry, Witcher, Assassin's Creed, now Halo. This is what I like. I like the freedom to be able to walk around, do whatever I want, run around, fly around, whatever I'm doing. I will spend 100 hours doing that if need be. Everybody knows that I'm a completionist. I will not leave a map unturned without a single stone unturned. That's kind of what I do. And so I'm going to be running through this thing. I'm going to be checking it. That'll basically take me all the way till February. Would be my guess. I mean, farting around with like some of the multiplayer. I'm going to be playing some of that Aliens Fire Team with some people if they want to just have, just like have some fun for a night or a couple of nights, whatever, right? Just to shoot the shit and just shoot some aliens. That's cool. But that'll basically take my full attention till February when all those big games come out, right? When I finally get to turn on my PS5, and then on top of that, Elden Ring, which I'm super, super hyped for. I'm going to be going in deep, man, like going in deep. And I'm going to enjoy every last second of it. All those side missions, contracts, all those things, I'm totally in 100%.
You don't get any trophies turning over every rock, right?
I will make them create an achievement just to turn over every single stone.
No, I'm talking about trophies.
Oh, my God. Listen to this guy.
Yeah,
Philly Eagle, you're right. Sorry, I just saw that that comment. That's 100% correct. So now, as for like the cheaters and all that kind of bullshit, whatever, listen, this is something that we've got to turn off, at least have the option to turn off crossplay. I know some people don't like that. They're like, oh, it's going to splinter the, and I'm like, they got to keep the engagement up and that kind of thing. I get that, but I think that we should have an option because let's face it. What's that, brother?
Always have an option, man. That's all we
always
ask
have an
is
option. Yeah, give them an option. And obviously it's there because you can see that it says turn off crossplay, but they haven't activated it yet, which is fine because it's still in beta, right? So they'll probably implement that a little bit later. That's fine. But, my biggest problem is I don't like PC players, generally speaking. I mean, the ones that I know, obviously, I have no problem with. They're friends of mine, whatever, people that I follow, people who follow me on Twitter and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. They're fine. I'm talking about the faceless people out there, those cocksuckers, the cheaters, the aimbot assholes, the mouse and keyboard bullshit. Fuck off with all your crap. You know what? If that's what makes you happy, do yourself a favor. Throw yourself out the friggin' window. All right? Like, fuck off.
Sorry, Meg. I know lots of amazing ladies who are great cocksuckers.
Well, apparently so with these guys. No, man, I fucking hate that PC community, like that specific community. I'm not talking the whole community.
Right.
I'm talking about that specific little subsector of that, of them. And they seem to like they never seem to fucking learn. You know what I mean? Like Call of Duty banned like 100,000 cheaters, and these fucking idiots still keep coming back. It's like, what's wrong with you? Can't you just play a game the way? You know what I'm saying? Like, just play the fucking game. And if you're not good at it, practice and get better. Or if you don't get any better, just say, well, at least I'm having fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at me in Halo. This is my first Halo game I've ever actually played multiplayer, right? And so I'm not great all the time. Excuse me. I'm not great all the time. Sometimes I have great matches. It never seems to happen, by the way, when I'm playing with someone I know. When I'm playing with like Titan, I go like 1-15. But then all of a sudden when I'm by myself, I'm like 22-3. But anyway, that's besides the point.
Maybe we're just shitty teammates.
Well, there's that too. The thing is that but the thing is I get it to the point where I'm just like, you know what? If I'm not consistently good at it, I'm having a fucking blast playing it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel that need to cheat. Right. So anyway, that's my only gripe with the whole thing. But I'm sure they'll fix it all up. They're going to turn off the crossplay and all that stuff. But as for what I'm really looking forward to, as everybody knows, I'm more of a single player guy. I can't wait for that campaign. I'm going to dive deep, and you won't see me for a long time until I come up. And I want that 1,000 out of 1,000 for that one.
Did you in a roundabout way call me a shitty teammate just now?
Are you crazy?
When I game with Titan, I suck. Well, you got shitty teammates.
Titan and his son are fucking monsters.
Man. They're awesome at the game.
You know what's funny is the last times I played with Titan, he was on my team, and our team loses. I'm on the opposite side of the team, and he's spawn camping me. I'm like, if that's not cheating. No, but by the way, just so you guys know, there are people that are cheating on consoles too, which that's something else that they need to fix. It's not all PC, but it is mostly PC. There are some.
Oh yeah, I wasn't saying that they're the only ones. I just don't like that subsector, that subculture of PC.
It's a bigger demographic.
Yeah, like there's this whole subculture of they pirate their games, they're cheating on all these other games and all this other shit. Those people, I fucking hate them.
No, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
And they still got that superiority complex because they're on PC, right? Like, I'm the best. I play Halo at 700,000 frames per second. Like those guys?
Well, those guys are the ones that also invented the Home Depot bucket underneath their chair, so that way they didn't have to get up.
Yeah, well, judging by some of the pictures I've seen, I think a crane couldn't even pick them up. But anyway, that's besides the point.
120 frames a second on my 14-inch fucking 720p monitor. Yeah.
You know what I do to piss them off? And like I said, I got nothing against PC players. So in case anybody's getting it confused, I don't. You know what I do when they get into those conversations? I'll just put one comment in the chat and just watch them fucking implode. I just put PCs are for. I put PCs are for spreadsheets and doing your taxes. And watch them lose their minds because they're so insecure. What the fuck you do? Where am I? Okay, psycho.
Can somebody clip that segment?
They lose their minds. Like, you can't even afford it. I'm like, trust me. I could afford a 3090, but I ain't playing at a fucking desk, okay? I'm playing in my gaming chair on a 70-inch TV. I'm not going to play on a fucking monitor in front of me. It's just not my jam.
What is it, a 10% factor difference between the 3080 and the 3090? 10%? So, yeah, for almost double the amount of money, theoretically.
Yeah, so, the thing is, though... the other thing, Splendiferous, he's like, what the fuck, Mag? You okay? Yeah, I'm great. I just don't like PC players. The toxic PC players. But anyways, the other thing is, too, which is really funny. Thank you, Wiseau Gamer. But you know what? It's hard to masturbate at a desk. That's why smartphones were invented. The other thing is that a lot of guys who say they have like a 3090 or whatever, they don't have it. They don't have anything. They're probably playing on a Switch Lite. They're just saying they have it. You know.
Well,
Okay, so-
you guys mentioned splitting the player base, and they're worried about like Halo doesn't have to worry about splitting the player base too. It's so popular right now. I did see a report that said they went from 300 something thousand concurrent players to like 70,000 concurrent, and that's gonna happen. I don't know what time they got that concurrent count, but like 70,000 players. That's still, you can have a lot of playlists and still have each one of those playlists full. I'm talking split with PC and Xbox. So I'm pretty like, if they don't enable that crossplay, it's just going to push more people away from the game. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, it'll get to a critical point. We've seen this in the past, but I guess the funny thing is though too, like a few years ago when consoles really weren't doing crossplay, there was this big push for crossplay, and everybody seemed to want it. And they wanted it for Rocket League, and they wanted it for a bunch of different things. And then all of a sudden, you get that now. It's like, nah, I don't want the crossplay anymore. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I always just said, like, main thing is I'm all for crossplay. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it's nice to have the option there. That's all I can say. Like, I'm not against it, take it out of the game altogether, but give people a certain option, or or even have it optional. Whereas if you want to turn crossplay on, maybe it's only for certain game modes. Like, you're less likely to find cheaters in game modes that aren't ranked, right? Because what people want to rank, that's the thing. It's the rank shit that's always the biggest question mark, because that's where people want to win. They want to rank. They need the points to get better, and they want to brag. But, a lot of times you go to the your casual playlist, you don't get near as much of it. You might get some of the tryhards in there, the guys that are like, fuck, they're just going for shits and giggles. They play Halo all freaking day, and they go in and wipe the floor with us snot rags and basically teabag us all day long. And they're like, yeah, look at me, I'm king of the freaking world, yeah. And then they jump out, and you're like, man, I really fucking suck at Halo.
Nix has it once again in the chat. He says he thinks people want console crossplay, and that's where it's at, in my opinion, too. Like, PC, we tried it, and you know what? Fucking PC gamers there's just too many fucking cheaters. We tried it. Let's throw that shit out the window now. And yes, let the console crossplay with each other.
That's the theory, is if we didn't have cheaters on PC, or at least as prolific as they are, it wouldn't be so bad. And we would have had what we wanted. But right now, the only place that we can control cheaters a little bit easier is on console.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as I said before, there are cheaters on console also. But
so until the fucking PC market catches its ass back up with the console plebs, or whatever you want, step it up, PC fucking master race, or whatever the fuck you want to call yourself.
Masturbator.
Stop them fucking cheaters, you little bitches.
Hey, we got a super chat coming in from Splendiferous. He drops $2 and says, sound like Mag had company for a sec there, Soggy. Thanks for that, Splendiferous. Good to see you here in the chat. Wazo Gamer hanging out with us tonight. I knew I saw the comments getting a little rank. Good stuff. Masshole here with us as well. We got the crew from the Next Level Gaming Podcast, Mike, Peter, and Chris hanging out with us tonight. The Doctor's still here. Jesse Darby's in the house. Blue Moon FC hanging out with us as well. Nix is here. Lost Forever. We got them going on. Eternal Shaddai. And I see Axel 1324. I've taken a moment to stop by and say hello. Good to see you guys in the chat. Yeah, man, good crew. Philly Eagles hanging out with us again tonight. Good to see you, Philly. We got Froggy T right here as well. Who else did I miss? We got my good buddy Free Jack. What's happening, Free Jack? Good to see you in the chat as well. Glad you could be here. Spider-Man 356, Timothy Dixon, Marlesco, Juno's 23, Dravenero, guys. Welcome again. Papa Woody's here. We got the usual crew. Good stuff.
Nice.
Anyway, guys. Nice. Any further thoughts on this particular stuff? Has everybody had a chance to comment? All I can say for me personally, I'm super excited for Halo. The campaign trailer that they dropped today looked amazing. I can't wait to play the campaign. And as I said in the chat, I will play the campaign solo. That's fine. And I look forward to playing it with my friends. Co-op, I will not be sick of it by then. I'll probably just play it once and then drop it and leave it for a couple of months or whatever until the co-op comes out, and then hopefully be able to play it with some of you guys from the community, which would be awesome. Whether it's 2-player or 4-player, I don't care as long as it's got it's got the co-op. And as far as the cheaters, like I said, they're going to exist for a long time. There's not much we can do about it. Again, you just kind of got to put up with it, I guess, for now. But like I said, as long as they make the crossplay optional, it's cool. I'm all for it. Like I said, the crossplay, especially with the consoles, where you're kind of on that level playing field. The playing fields are kind of equal for the most part. I think that's cool. Plus a little bragging rights again, PlayStation versus Xbox. But well, no, I guess it wouldn't be not for Halo, obviously, but for other games, sure, Call of Duty, that sort of thing. But anyway, there you go.
How is there just not some? I just don't understand how there's not like some filter with PC games. When an input from any device gets thrown into their servers or whatever, how is there not a filter that only recognizes so many inputs? Like, that just drives me nuts. Let's move on to the next topic before I get pissed off.
I don't know these games because I play games with the controller on the PC, and it knows that I'm playing with the controller.
Right.
I knew it. I knew Dread was one of them. That's why he was so quiet. That's why he was so quiet. All right, Dread, I'm watching you.
The truth is out. The truth is out of the bag.
Have you actually been watching me? Because you would realize
I can
how
see you right
bad
now.
it
You
is.
see the little blinking light in the corner of the room? That's me watching you.
Oh, I should probably pull this out then.
No. Put it back in your pants.
Lost says he enjoys the show so much, my body clock wakes him up at 3 a.m. in the morning to listen. Well, that's pretty awesome, Lost. We're glad you could be in the chat with us tonight. Alrighty. Well, we're about the halfway mark of the show, and it is time to bring in our usual segment, the Ask segment of the night. It used to be Ask Arnie, but essentially it's now Ask Arnie, Cletus, or Safe House Sam. Last week, Safe House happened to be quite popular with the questions. So now it is time for our panel and our esteemed guests. If you guys have a question ready to roll, please do so. And then we'll ask the chat if they've got one. I think Jesse Darby's already lined up a question already. So anyway, let's have at it.
Get to Jesse Darby after me. I got to ask this question first. This question is for Arnold. Considering your history with the maid, who do you think's a bigger cheater, PC players or you?
I'm going to the nodding on the PC players. Those guys have been doing it. That's the thing. I only did it a couple of times. These guys have been doing it for years. Honest to God, those guys are probably doing it way back at the Commodore 64 era. I mean, what the fuck? What the hell do you get out of it? With me, I cheat with the maid. I get a divorce. It was almost like a Christmas present. I'm glad I got rid of the old hag. Then I could screw more ladies and not even get into trouble for it. So that's what it's not necessarily always a bad thing. The only crazy part about getting the divorce is then you got to pay all of the alimony and all of the crazy crap that comes with it. The only thing when a computer guy cheats on you, kicks your ass, and he teabangs your face, the only thing you're going to do is cry over it. You're going to get off the game, you're going to turn it off, smash a controller, and then you're going to sit there and you're going to whine over it. These goddamn PC guys are cheating again. What the fuck? That's what they're going to say. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
No, excellent.
Any other questions?
Anybody?
I do. Arnie, what do you think of the recent popularity boost of Safe House Sam? This is kind of like a 3-pronged question. I got to know the recent what your thoughts on that. And do you think he's just like a fad like Tony Baloney, or is he like a true rising star like Titan Drago?
Wow. Jesus Christ, you're going to get it later.
Titan, the only thing that rises in your house at this point is bread. Okay? So don't even go there. Look, honestly though, Tony Baloney is a legitimate cool cat. The man is going to be a living legend here. I have nothing with Tony Baloney. The guy is suave. He's got the old-fashioned pipe. But then this Safe House Sam guy, I don't understand what the hell is up with him. I mean, that guy is crazy. I mean, he's really off of his rocker. I don't know what kind of thing clicks in his brain. He's like a guy that's been, I don't know, he's been too close to the meth machine all of his life. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him, but he looks like he's delirious and deranged and perverted. He's everything all in one. He's definitely not the kind of guy that you want to go and your girlfriend bring him over to your mama because, well, she could end up in the sack with him and God only knows. I know he might need her pussy with a spoon and a fork. He's like crazy.
God.
Okay, I got. Hold on, I gotta close myself before I ask you this. Okay, Cletus.
Yeah.
If you're a video game console, which would it be, and what game would your sister be playing?
Well, hey, seriously, if I could be any console, I'm going to tell you something. I'd have to be the Switch. I'll tell you why I'll be the Switch. Because you can put your hands all over me. You can take me anywhere. Yes, indeedy. You can even shake me. You can blow on me. You can do all sorts of gyrating, gizmo, wacky tacky stuff. Indeed, yes, you can. But the Nintendo Switch, and that's what I will be. I'll be the Switch. Ain't the most powerful, but by God damn it, if you can stick it in your pocket, you can fucking rock it. Let's go.
It's handheld.
Reminds me of a song back in the 90s, Detachable Penis.
I did not remember who did that.
Oh, God, I can't remember. Just look it up. Google it.
All
All right,
right.
we got any
Damn it,
questions?
I lost Jesse
Obviously,
Darby.
We got a ton of
Anybody got
questions coming. Got a ton of questions coming in from the chat. So
Oh,
I'm trying to figure out.
Toolman's got one. I think Princess Zelda had one.
I put the one that Zelda asked. I'm looking for Jesse.
Arnold, with the holidays coming up, what is the best gift to get my gamer husband?
With the holidays coming up, of course, you can almost buy your husband anything. But you know what? The gift that keeps on giving. Well, the best thing you're going to give honestly, the best thing you're going to give your husband is a hysterectomy. Take that fucking shit out. That way he can bang you all night and all day. He'll be happy and you'll never have another little bastard again. I would know. That's how we do it. That's it. 1 or 2 kids is enough. After that, you're fucking crazy.
Wow. I expected him to say a maid.
Wise
Old Gamer.
you're going to give him. Of course, he would give you a dildo. You never need him anymore.
See, Crispy Rambo knows the song I'm talking about.
Wise Old Gamer says, "Hey Arnold, I heard your wife calls you Christmas. Is it because the wood is dead and the balls are just for decorations?"
No, she calls me Christmas because at least 12 days of the month I'm fucking rocking her pussy. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving it to her and she's loving it. That's what I do. And the 12th day of Christmas, my true love give to me a giant penis in the tree. On the 2nd day of Christmas, my true love give to me
2 jingle balls.
2 jingle balls.
Why did I hear? I thought I heard Cheech Marin there.
Oh, shit.
2 jingle balls.
That was fantastic.
Oh, boy.
Know whether he was like trying to remember how the song went or
Yeah.
he was trying to think of the line.
All right, we got Jesse Darby. Titan, you want to read it before I lose it?
I don't see it. Go ahead.
It
Yeah, I
says,
can't find it.
Arnold, do you grease your maids before you get busy? And if you do, and what do you, if any?
Honest to God, if I'm going to put anything on a woman, I'm going to put something down there that I like just in case she's a little bit rank. The last thing I want to do is feel like I went to the fish market. So you put on something there, like some really great peanut butter, some kind of pancake syrup or something like that. You can get sticky on your dicky and love it. It's great.
That's awful.
Last one, Kruma.
All right.
That's
None for Safe House Sam tonight? What the hell?
No,
Kruma's
you
got
got a
one
few of
for
'em.
Safe House.
Kruma? All right.
Any villains from Halo you would invite to your safe house?
Yeah, man. You know what I'm going to say right now? I don't think I really want any of those Halo villains in my house because, one, they're all fucking really ugly. You know, if I'm going to have somebody in my house, I want somebody that I can at least look at and not want to fucking puke. You got those giant ass stinky motherfucking gorilla motherfuckers. Who the fuck want them in the house? Worst of all, you only get 2 on your couch before everything starts to smell like fucking donkey shit. And, you know, and then you got,
what's it, them fucking forerunners or foreskin runners or whatever the fuck they is. I was fucking disappearing and shit. What the fuck is those guys? They're masters of the universe. I'll tell Master Beta in your bedroom, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't got no time for that shit. Them Halo entries weird. Honest to God, if you're gonna have any of the Halo guys in your fucking room, bring over the grunts. You know why? Because they small, stupid, they ain't getting laid, they ain't stealing your girlfriend, but you can pop them in the head and you go party. Pee! Yeah, man, that's what we doing up in here. Me and Chief, we gonna party. Let's those fuckers get back in your universe. I'll give you a Halo ring. I'll give you a cock ring around your head and choke you with a bitch. Yeah. Holy shit.
Awesome. Good. Oh, man.
Woo. Oh, boy. All right.
Skin.
Hot damn. All right, guys. I think that's enough of the questions for tonight. I don't think I'll be trying to sing as Arnold anymore for a while, but yeah. Oh my God. Oh shit. Maybe I'll have to record a session one of these nights, a real good song. That'd be funny. Oh my God.
You'll have to be high and have somebody be Tommy Chung.
Yes. Yeah, didn't know I'm starting to sound like Cheech and Chong over there.
Yeah.
hey guys. Tommy Chong, yeah. All right, guys. All right, let's move right along. Here's an interesting article I saw today. This one, courtesy of Game Informer, and is this a sign? I mean, maybe I'm reading a little bit too much into it here, but I saw this article and I couldn't help but chuckle a little bit. More Steam users are still playing Farming Simulator 22 over Battlefield 2042. How does that make you feel? I mean, is Battlefield DOA already? Because based on what I'm seeing, I'm not seeing a lot of the Xbox community go to town on this game. Like it's I don't think I've ever seen a Battlefield game that's had this low a response right out of the gate. Like I'm not seeing many people play it at all. I know Chase Jones is in the chat. He's been enjoying it, and to each their own, and good for you, Chase. But man, like Halo come out and basically almost swallowed up the competition here. How do you guys feel about that? You guys think that Battlefield is potentially in trouble? And if this game ends up in the bargain bin by January, I mean, what does Battlefield do? What does DICE do? Did they go back to the drawing board? Is there a missing ingredient? What is it about Battlefield?
Oh, please allow me to attack this one.
Go right for it, Meg.
By the way, if anybody wonders why I'm so goddamn aggressive tonight, is because I literally just worked out right before the show. So it's like just like pure adrenaline and like aggression running through my body.
Right.
Anyhow. Yeah, right. Have you seen how skinny I am? Anyways.
It's a lot of protein.
Crack.
Well, that too. Battlefield. Okay, here's the thing. This is something I just don't understand. This has been going on for years. And whether it's Battlefront, Star Wars, or whether it's fucking Battlefield, they just release like this skeleton broken ass, or sometimes it's not broken, but like just not the way it should be. And then they just release a roadmap. And they're like, this is what we're going to do to fix it for the next 2 fucking years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, have you guys not learned your lesson? They've been doing this since like Battlefield 3, for Christ's sake. And then Battlefield 4, same thing. And then Star Wars Battlefront 1. And then Star Wars Battlefront 2. And then Battlefield 5. And now Battlefield 2042. Does anybody see the fucking pattern?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. By the way, I forgot about Battlefield 1. I don't remember there was ever actually really a problem with that game. If anybody recalls, please say so in the chat. But I thought it released pretty smooth. That was the only one. But like I said, maybe my memory's foggy. I drink a lot. But anyways, the point is, yeah, it does echo when I yell a little bit. That's because you can hear me from the heavens, Dreadpool. That's why it echoes. So anyways, what I was saying is that, yes, this game is fucking dead on arrival. It is dead now. If you actually look at, like, Noof, anybody in this panel right now, go look on your friends list on Xbox. Do you see one person playing Battlefield? I have seen literally zero.
Rocky
And
does from time to time.
Hundreds of people on my friends list now. Hundreds.
The thing is, like, Rocky,
2 or 3 people. That's it. And on any given night now, I have at least about 50 people on my friends list playing games.
Rocky
Right.
is such like I think Rocky's like an exception to the rule because he loves shooters so much. Like he just loves and like he plays Call of Duties that are 4 years old, 3 years old, just because he likes to play them, man. Like so, I think but he's on it all the time. But keep going.
Oh no, yeah. Obviously, there's going to be exceptions to the rule, but what I'm saying is, like in generalities. Yeah, thank you, wise old gamer. There's obviously exception to the rule, but if you actually look at like the majority, first of all, there's no articles about it. There's nobody talking about it. There's literally zero buzz. And the funny thing is, normally there's an outcry from like the from the gaming public about the game, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, they need to fix this." No one's talking about it at all. That means that they literally give zero shits about this game. Same with Call of Duty. Do you see anybody in like forums or anything talking about Call of Duty? Nobody. And I think that all has to do with the fact that Battlefield came out broken. Call of Duty was a patched up Frankenstein fucking game that they just had a bunch of other developers slap the shit together. And then you've got Halo that's so far come out smooth as a baby's ass. That thing is so like, can you think of anything technically wrong? And I'm talking about major. I'm not talking about like minor things like, oh, my guy fell off the map. It's like, okay, shit happens once in a while, but like anything major game breaking, no. And so I think because Halo is doing so well, and Forza Horizon came out around the same time with 11 million players in a week, it's hard to ignore. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact is there that Battlefield. Okay, we're going to go back to Battlefield here. I've said from the very beginning, guys, everybody knows, okay? I'm just going to reiterate it once again. I've been saying it since the spring that Battlefield is going to be in Game Pass before March, okay? And if it continues going this way, there is not a chance in fucking hell that it's going to be beyond March that Battlefield is going to be coming because ain't nobody buying a full price game, not even a half price game for what they're offering now. Not a chance. Fight me if you think I'm wrong.
Wow. I've got more
corner.
I've got more friends playing Unpacking than I have combined COD or Battlefront.
Unpacking.
Unpacking. Can you believe that?
Wow. How about that? That tells you something. And these games are new. This is not like 2 months later. They were talking about like what, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm going to back up Mag on everything he's saying on this because.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, you're not Tony Baloney, so don't need to worry about getting behind you. But at least on the front side, it's all gums, not teeth. I'm asking for it.
Oh, don't worry.
I know.
It's coming.
Yeah. So put the face shield on. Don't be around it. Okay. So anyway, part of it is what happened with Call of Duty. We all got tired of how big the game is. You know, the size of the download. Every time you get a download, one of those map packs falls out. And then you have to re-download, and it's like every time you go in, you have to re-download the server stuff, even though you've already downloaded the whole damn game and then some. And then you find out you need another 4K texture map pack, and then you're like, "What the hell, man?" How many times you guys did that on the community game nights?
Yeah,
right. It's like make sure you have all this stuff done. Same thing with Battlefield. The same thing, you know, not literally to that extent, but it's always this, it's always that. There's always this other problem. You know, between the the sizes of the games that you have to navigate with people with limited hard drive spaces. I'm not one that's going to bitch about it because I always have all those games loaded as much as possible, so that way I don't have to worry about the downloads because my download speeds aren't that great for whatever reason. I have decent speed.
Let's not forget to mention with Battlefield as well. If you want to play private matches, you got to actually rent a server.
Yeah. So you got all that, and then you have Halo that hasn't been out for how many years? You know, everybody's been playing the old Master Chief or Halo 5, right? Mostly everybody's been playing the Master Chief collection. Because I went back to Halo 5, I was like, what am I playing here? I don't remember it. But I mean, that's how, you know, at least myself and the community have been playing. You know, just playing these older games and playing some this, that. But it's just like Madden. Madden's fallen off the scale that it used to be. Everybody's gotten tired of this, all these issues, right? And now we have new games, same issues, yet again, new issues. And right now, the hottest thing is Halo. That's why we're not hearing it. It's because Halo's out there. Yeah, what are we hearing about Halo? The XP issue is the biggest thing, right? The XP, how you gain your levels. Other than that, Halo's always been Halo, and it's just been fun. So I think that's why we're not seeing it do as well. Everybody got tired of the same old military shooters. The two different variations that they just are not cutting it anymore. They're just not doing it. Mm-hmm. And Halo, right out of the bat, even as a technical preview, not even a beta, as a technical preview, is outmatched them, right? And now it's in beta, air quotes, and it's still not officially out. And it's still doing better than these games that have had years of literally almost every year coming out with a game of the same game, the same knowledge that they've had before, and yet it's like they start over.
But is it just me? Is it just me, guys, or does this? I thought because they took an extra year or so with this Battlefield, they gave it some time to cook in the oven, and they said, well, this game is going to be really like next gen, or the current gen, whatever you want to call it. I don't feel like it is. Like I played it, to me, maybe I'm going blind, but I just couldn't see what's so fucking special about this version. It still looked to me, it looked just like the last Battlefield. Like I didn't really see a lot of difference in it. The trailers look great, but then fucking you play the game, it's like I don't fucking see any difference.
I gotta disagree with you. I played the 10-hour trial, and I watched Rocky play it a lot, and a couple things I did notice. The anti-aliasing is fucking phenomenal in that game. You cannot see any aliasing on your characters, or even on the weapons or anything. Right. If you know what aliasing is, if you don't know what it is, it's like when usually it comes on like the edge of a gun or the edge of your character, usually where light shines on the edge of on the corner of an object. You get that kind of like. It kind of looks, I don't know, boxy on the very end of it, right?
It's the zigzags.
Exactly. So there is I was looking for it in this game, and I could not see any. So that's one thing I did notice. And as far as in-game, I was impressed by the movement of the foliage and stuff, and especially when like the tornado comes in some of the maps, like that was really cool. But it's like this was Battlefield's like opportunity, right? They came back to the modern times at the right time, right? And they still somehow dropped the ball. They're essentially losing the battle with COD when COD's like C team developed another broken game. Because like essentially all the other COD developers need a fucking break. Like Treyarch's been working overtime and a half for years now, right? They got to do their own game and help out with the other games like for years. So, and this C team, I'm going to try and, because I'm going to be comparing these two games constantly. So like DICE, I feel like they took their resources and went for this grand battle experience, which they already had, right? They already dominated this grand battle experience for years now, and no one's like catching up to them. And the thing is, like, I played my 10-hour trial. I didn't run into a lot of the problems I saw a lot of people complain about, but I did get the loadout glitch, and I did get that like way too often. Like it broke the game, and it broke the experience when I got it, because you can't pick what the fuck weapons you want. You're just stuck with whatever they give you. It's all grayed out. You can't change it. And then like when a tank comes around or anything, you're fucking screwed. And that's all game. It's like that the rest of the game until you close out the game and reload it up again or whatever. So the thing is, it's like I feel like Battlefield has no good plan for the near future, and like basically the near future Battlefield, they're just patching the bugs in the game. What we have is what we have, right? They haven't announced anything else coming for it.
They did say that there's a roadmap coming.
Yeah, roadmap coming. Well, your fucking game is out. Where the fuck is the roadmap?
No, I know, but they've done this like literally 5 times in the last 12 years.
Yep.
And it's like, it's a pattern now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think I actually, some other people in the chat were also saying, agreeing with me, that saying that I think Battlefield 1 actually came out okay. But the other ones, like we're talking like 5 out of their last 6 releases, all had like a month after release, they release a statement saying, okay, here's our roadmap of how we're going to fix the game. And I'm like, what? After you've taken everybody's money? That's like going to the movie theater to go see Spider-Man and only half the fucking movie's there. They're like, don't worry, in the next 6-7 months, you get to see the ending. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand, like, the consistency of them failing is the problem. They make beautiful games, okay? They play well. They look gorgeous. They have all the right ideas, but they can't fucking execute.
You can
At
see
least
the
not within
difference.
2 years.
You can see the difference of leadership when it comes to COD and when it comes to DICE. Okay. Comparing Battlefield and COD. The difference is, like, COD, they've got a plan. They've got some ammo. They left some ammo left in their pouch to compete with Halo. And they're going head to head with them. They're releasing their battle royale the same day the Halo campaign comes out. You know, and that's whether it works out for them or not. At least they had the foresight to kind of do that. What does Battlefield have?
Do you guys know the biggest problem with Call of Duty and Battlefield right now? It's the fact that they're both published by 2 of the biggest scumbag publishers out there. That's the problem. They got their publishers are the kind of publishers don't really give a shit at the end of the day about the quality of the game. They just need it to be good enough to slap a seal of approval on it and send it out the door. Like, that's the thing. And that's the difference, because like Titanfall is probably one of the best shooters, and it doesn't have a 3rd sequel. But you know what? I admire Vince Zampella and the crew at Respawn, and more or less said, like, we're not going to just shake and bake this fucking game. Like, if we're going to put it out, it's going to be on their playing field, you know. And I don't think that DICE and a lot of the companies at Activision have that say. Like, the devs could walk into the room and say, we want 2 or 3 years to make this game. We really want some time to make the best possible game. But all those guys see is, we got to get it out the door. We got to make deadline. We got to please the stockholders. This game's got to drop in the holiday season. Like, look, I mean, Halo, by all purposes, why didn't it come out last year? I was push game to shove. Xbox could have probably just said, guys, just slap a sticker on it, put it out, and we'll patch it as we go. Exactly. But they canceled it. They didn't. One of the biggest fucking launches of any game, and they canceled it last year. People really still don't even recognize the magnitude of that 1-year delay, but they did it for all intents and purposes to bring out a better game. And by all rates, in some regards, it could almost have been canceled again because they're still missing shit. But, you know, at least Microsoft had the wherewithal to go, well, I guess, you know, let's let these guys cook it a bit longer and make it a better product. And I think it's paying off. I mean, fuck, even like I said, look at all the promotions they had last year. Heck, it started with Monster energy drinks. It's now over on Rockstar energy drinks. That's how crazy that shit is.
I was eating Oreo cookies a year ago.
Yeah.
With Master
Oreo
Chief
cookies and Pop-Tarts and Doritos, and fuck that around to other products, because like that's how crazy it was that they went through the whole marketing campaign and had to relicense other products. When have you ever seen that happen?
Yeah.
Great.
The thing is, people are just so pissed at DICE for doing, like you said, years after year. Like, it's a pattern. It really is a pattern. And you can see how people are fed up with it. And they're so fed up with it. I think Battlefield has 2 stars in the marketplace, if you look at it, from the people reviewing it. And like most of the reviews, you can tell just people are just pissed that they kind of fell for this shit again.
I don't understand it. Like, how do you keep falling for it?
Yeah.
It's like being in an abusive relationship and, you know, so the person gets drunk and hits you, and then you keep going back. Like, when do you stop?
Yeah.
Like, this is an abusive relationship with this fucking company. It really is. And people just keep going back thinking that, oh, he's different now. It's changed. No, he fucking isn't. He's
but the Battlefield
the same asshole from before.
Man,
Right.
quite literally abusive relationship.
Dude, it
Think
is.
about it. I mean, think about it. With all the drama they've had before the game released, right? All that negative press because of all the stuff that they've done as a company, right? So there are gamers there that will never buy a product from them again. There are gamers that don't know any better that will buy the product, but are tired of the same old, same old. Like I said, Madden's another one.
Yep.
Everybody got tired of getting screwed over with new cosmetic changes and what they feel is not enough to entitle 60 or 70, 80, 90 bucks, whatever it is in Canada, 100 bucks, 105,
Yeah.
right? Something like that. So whatever the prices are, no one feels that they're getting their money's worth anymore because all I could do is play last year's game. It's the
You know what
same.
it is,
What's the
Dread?
difference?
There's a great
There's
article on Game Informer right now. The lady wrote and she said, like, are the sports genres tired? Because not one of the games this year scored above 80 meta.
Okay, now you know the other thing is too, guys, is that we have to. I know we've talked about it earlier in the show, but I think we really have to recognize the Game Pass effect, and the Game Pass effect is starting to take hold when there is a distinct possibility that they've crossed, let's say, 30 million by now. They haven't given an official number, but I keep hearing that number getting thrown around more and more, not just from Zelnick there, the head of Take-Two. Okay. And so you start looking at that and what Dreadpool just said. Would you pay $80? Noof, you and I pay $90. Okay. It's $80 plus tax. Okay. So it's $90 for a new game. Would you pay $90 every year just so they could update the fucking roster of a game? And then when you look at all these other games that are already in Game Pass, like for example, actually the EA games are all in Game Pass right now, and you're like, why the fuck would I buy a new Madden that's that's somewhat broken, doesn't have any significant changes, anything like that for $90? I could just play last year's that came out 11 months ago, and it plays just fine. I could play it on Game Pass. I think that there is an argument there that I think people are getting fed up with the annual games and paying the full prices for games for very little change or very little difference in terms of what the games are. And I think that the price has a lot to do with it, not just the fact that it's not enough change. I think people are starting to get used to a subscription style service, not just in gaming, but in all facets of entertainment.
Well, here's the other thing with Game Pass, right? Remember Anthem? When it came out, it was going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then we found out it had the opportunity to be that, and it wasn't. It failed. What happened when it went to Game Pass? It jumped back up again. So Game Pass is a factor in these games. I didn't buy it because I figured, it's going to go into Game Pass.
Right.
Why would I care?
And you look at your Maddens, your FIFAs, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Battlefield. I think Battlefield, I know I was screaming it from the rooftops for like months before it came out. However, I'm obviously not the only person. Because a lot of people are sitting there going, why the fuck am I going to pay $100 for that? And by the way, they had the audacity to charge an extra $10 for the next gen version. I think we all failed to mention that. Okay, they're charging PS5 prices for that game. And with no campaign, no zombies, no anything. And at least Call of Duty, even if it's a pile of shit, at least it's got a campaign, it's got multiplayer, and it's got zombies. It's got a little bit of everything for everyone.
And a battle royale. That at least they're giving you substance. It may not always be the best substance, quality, but at least they're giving you substance. So they're charging like upwards of $100 for this game, and people are going, why the fuck would I pay that? It's going to end up in Game Pass in 3 months anyway. What happened was
every other EA game.
What happened was, I talked about, this is obviously DICE's. It was their strategy going into it. They doubled their player count. So, why didn't they just fucking say that from the get-go, right? They kind of like hype it up, and then everyone is let down when it comes out, they just doubled their player count. They're like, oh, it's going to be the greatest game. We're not going to tell you how big we made it, but it's amazing, and you guys are going to love it. And they fucking doubled their player count. Like, that's not like you overhyped and you underdelivered. So 64. So these big maps, it's 64 v 64. All right, that's good on paper and all, but when you're in the game playing it, you don't feel that. You don't feel like the doubled player count because they were really excited about that. And congrats, but when you're in game and playing it, that's just essentially doubling the amount of random deaths you're going to get when you're on foot in a big map.
Well, the maps are the size of fucking Texas. You can't even see the end of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, where's all these fucking players? I feel like I'm walking around a fucking ghost town.
Yeah, and then by the
You know,
time
and
you
then all
see
of a sudden,
somebody, a
ding!
PC snipes you.
And then all of a sudden, dink, I'm dead. And I'm like, from where? You know what I mean? But hey, by the way, I just want to read this out here. Back from the dead. Best fucking quote of the night, okay? He said, I paid $100 for 1 year of Game Pass on Black Friday. Sale. Your game has to give me a reason to pull out my wallet.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the quote of the fucking night, minus all of my amazing quotes of the night. But anyways, but that's what I'm getting at, and that's why Battlefield will not sell. And it will continue not to sell. Even on Black Friday, if they reduced it by $30 or $20, whatever the hell they reduced it to, ain't nobody gonna buy it.
Sounds good for the first month, and after that, by 3 months, it's pretty much in the bargain bin. Like if I went to my Walmart tomorrow, there's so many fucking copies of Battlefield 5. There's not even funny. You wouldn't know if it was. I mean, gee whiz, you can't even give out free condoms at the whorehouse like that. Shit.
You remember Battlefront 2? 6 months later, it was $10 at Walmart in the bin.
Yeah.
Like 6 months after release, I paid $100 fucking dollars for that game.
Even Anthem didn't drop that fast.
Yeah, every game that comes out in October, you usually wait till November. I mean, look at all the Wolfenstein games. November, Black Friday.
At least they're good, though.
Yeah, but that's
now Wolfenstein games are all going to end up in Game Pass.
Yeah,
right.
I think they mostly are.
They are because they own them. Right?
I'm waiting for the original ones on the OG Xbox to hit that, but that ain't going to happen now.
Yeah, they will eventually. They'll get all the back catalog in there, but
they said that they were done.
For another day.
They said that they're done with it.
Oh, okay, never mind. You're shit out of luck then.
Yeah, I am shit out of luck. I'll have to play it on my 360.
Noob, your thoughts, dude?
Yeah. What can I say?
All right, great. Titan, back
That's
to you.
it. I mean, like Battlefield. I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I like Battlefield, but I've never been really gung ho on it. I mean, I think the first time I really got excited for Battlefield, right, was probably just after the Bad Company 2 games, which were amazing, by the way. Loved the story. You know, I think both of those were quality. They had good multiplayer too. Very highly unsung games. But that was before, you know, they started becoming, well, we need to push one out every freaking year, and like it's got to be this and it's got to be that. You know, I like Battlefield 3. I even thought Battlefield 4 wasn't bad. I actually enjoyed the campaign. I actually went through it a couple of times. And then, of course, Battlefield 1 comes out. They go back to World War I, of all things, with the really archaic weaponry. It was just like, oh, my God, like, come on, man. We're like one bullet away from a musket here. You know, it was brutal. Then they go to Battlefield 5. They go to World War II. I'm like, what the heck is this crap? You know, like we've had so many World War II games over the course of the last 15 years. It's like it's not even funny. You know, it just takes the imagination out. Of course, Call of Duty goes one step further and adds, you know, friggin' scopes and sights for their guns that didn't even exist back in those days. It's like, what the fuck, man? Like, what are you going to do? Throw some mechanical dogs in there for World War II, or add laser scopes onto your tanks or some shit, like laser guided missiles off of a fucking Tiger Shark plane? Because that's literally where it's going with Call of Duty. They're starting to get so fucking silly that even stuff that was used to be technically historically accurate, it's fucking so inaccurate. And the campaigns and Battlefields went completely off the rails. No wonder he didn't include one, because the last two were absolute garbage. They were so forgettable. Why were they forgettable? Because instead of having one congruent friggin' story and a character you could actually identify with, they started to do the political correct bullshit and decided to have fucking campaigns all over the world with people, all different people. And it's like, what the fuck is this shit? You know, and they were like little snippets. It was like, I don't know, man. It was just fucking weird to me. It was like, it's like getting a sniff of pussy at a fucking 15 different whorehouses, you know, but you can never taste the damn shit. You just say, hey, here's a taste. There's a taste.
But do you really want to taste?
No, probably not. Not if it's been around the bush, so to speak. But you know what I'm saying? It's like the campaigns were like, they look great and all this stuff, but there's just they were just all over the place, and you couldn't get engaged. You know, like when you're playing a game, that's the thing with like, that's kind of what ruined Halo 5. It wasn't that they tried something new and they had Locke, But then they basically almost ditched Master Chief. He became like a fucking sideshow. He was like in the game for what two missions or some shit, and the campaign didn't make sense with the commercials. It was like I thought these two guys would be clashing and shit and would have been interesting, and they went off the rails there with that crap. It's so like this is what I'm saying. Like you want to get like Call of Duty at least does that pretty well. They're fucking the campaigns are at least someone on point and on par and fairly fun, even though even that's become very secondary for them. Like when they were doing the Modern Warfare campaigns back in the day before the franchise turned into this, we got to have one every year juggernaut, and we needed a different company to make one every year. The campaigns had some sense of like grit and some some balls, and they were just engaging, and they were even in the conversation of fucking like game of the year kind of shit. Now they're just like a joke. It's like, like most people don't even care to play them and just jump into the multiplayer. I've never been that way. It's always campaign first, multiplayer is a bonus, and hopefully I like it. But like I said, who knows? I'm in the minority here, guys. I'm a speck on the radar. Obviously, if you look at the sales every year, it's fucking casual gamers should just get right into them, buy them every fucking year. The Call of Duty Vanguard, as much as we want to sit here and bitch about it, it's going to be in the top 5 games of the year. It'll be one of the best sellers on Xbox and PlayStation, and fuck, it would probably be a grand slam if they ever brought one over to the Switch, even though it might run at fucking 440 and 10 frames a second. It'll still fucking sell like crap. I'm so sick of looking at the top 20 fucking top games every month now when the NPDs come out, because it's like it reads like a broken record. It's like 6 Nintendo games for Switch, games that have been out for years, same sports games, FIFA, potentially Madden, but always FIFA's in the top. That's like, we sit here and bitch about the same old, but the fucking same old just keeps selling constantly. And this is why our industry, and this is what rots me, is not going to change. They don't care. They don't care because, again, they can sell shit in the bag and people will fucking buy it. Thank God Nintendo isn't shit. But aren't you just tired to see Nintendo like get away with the same Mario game, and it's the fucking top selling game for how many years? It's Mario Kart. Are you people not sick of it fucking yet? Like, come on, man. Like, this is what I'm saying. It drives me absolutely bonkers. But I do digress. When there's so many games out there, like It Takes Two, not in the top 20. Where's that? Where's Psychonauts? Where's those games that deserve more love and attention? Not even in the conversation here. Because fucking people would rather play fucking FIFA and fucking Call of Duty over and over and over again.
It's brainless.
Jesus. Fuck. I like jerking off once in a while, but I couldn't do it every day. No.
I want to know which company is going to go balls out and throw it back to like the Civil War, where you got to reload your musket ball and pour the gunpowder and push it down the barrel.
Call of Duty Snowball Fights Edition. Jesus Christ.
It's called Smite 2.
Fuck.
Yeah, Titan Drago. That's a Titan Drago game for sure. It's like, I played this new wonderful game where you have to load your musket for 45 seconds. And I'm like, oh my.
It's hardcore.
Yeah, that's hardcore. No, but you know what? The thing is, Noof, you know what it is, dude?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when I play like a Call of Duty or whatever, or any of these other kind of games, generally speaking, and not to offend anybody, but they're really brainless. Like, I don't have to think when I play those games. I know the buttons because of muscle memory, right? You've been playing the same button scheme for like, whatever, 15 years, 16 years, whatever, right? So you don't have to think about it. So like, there's a lot of times where like I'm just tired and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to fucking get into the story. I don't want to go searching in the jungles to find that one collectible. I just want to shoot some shit and then go to bed. You know what I mean?
You know what, man? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. It's going to get so bad that what's going to happen, they're going to be Call of Duty Neanderthals edition. It's going to be Quest of Fire all over again. You're going to be running to one spot and running to another spot. You're basically going to be playing domination with a fucking matchstick. You're going over to try to light fires on everybody. That sort of shit. That's what's going to happen. And you know what? They fucking dumbing up. They'll even have fucking pink sticks in that fucking game. You'll get fucking upgraded loincloths so your dick ain't showing. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of fucking shit we in for right now. Actually, you know what? Honestly, I'd rather buy that fucking game than what you're putting down right now. At least it got something original. God damn it. But
I bought a big package.
Yeah.
I bought a big bulge for my loincloth.
I think the common Back to Sense award goes to Boss Carlos tonight, who says, what up, Meg? One of the goats of podcasts. Titan, you better give him that award tonight.
Marlesco sums it up in a nutshell. They don't want to take risks anymore. They just want easy money. They don't want to fucking innovate this industry, and that's part of the problem with it.
No,
What are you
that's
kidding
all.
me? He's got a Dallas Cowboys in his avatar. How to not get the Common Sense Award 101.
No, you know what though, Duke? You're right, and he's absolutely right. Is that they don't want to take risks because now they have so many investors that they don't have wiggle room anymore. They can't take a chance because those guys will pull their cash. And they're like, listen, we're going to do something revolutionary and different. We're going to take a few years off. We have this great idea. And they're going to go, what? Few years off? Fuck you guys. We're going to go back to EA then. And that's what they're going to do, right? Because those investors want their money every year. So these cunts can go buy a new cottage in wherever in Costa Rica, their 7th cottage, right? Or they want to get their 8th yacht. And then they're going to, I'm not going to wait 3 years for your revolutionary title. That's why, and I hate to keep doing this slobbering on Microsoft's dick, but I got to tell you, with a company like that, I understand they worry about money, but they don't really worry about money. And the thing is, they're allowing their teams to take as much time as necessary because they've got so much bank that they don't have to push out a turd every single year to please you know what I mean? To please their investors, right? They can be like, listen, this is what we're doing. If it takes 7 years for Fallout 5, then it's 7 fucking years. But between now and then, we'll have all kinds of other shit to make us some money, whatever, right? But we're going to release something that's their vision, and we're going to release it at the best possible quality that we can. Sony, for the most part, does the same thing. I would say that the PS4 era, I think almost every single Sony first-party game, especially Days Gone, were all stellar games.
No. Change the subject before he tells the fucking story again, Noof.
No, I'm not going to tell the fucking story. It's time. You know what time it is.
Well, it is that time. It is that time. And I think let's bury this topic for now. There isn't really much to say. We don't wish on any game to be not successful, but I mean, we just like to see a little more innovation, and we'd like to see people think with their money for a change. It's just like not just blindly go in and buy it because you've had a hard on for it for the last 10 years, and it's just like it sucks not to buy each and every one. Just like I said, there's so many great games that deserve your money, and wait a little bit even and get it on the cheap, and even that starts sending out a message. It sends them out a message that, hey, you're not just going to buy it for the full price day one because you don't feel that they put in the effort. So anyway, I do digress. Let's hand it over to a man of many opinions, a man who comes in hot and heavy and is always original. It is Tony Bloody, and he looks like he's ready to go today.
You almost called me the mag, scumbag.
Almost.
You were like, no, it's the and then you were like, Tony Bloody.
It's the magnificent.
Yeah, it was either he was trying to say the mag or else he was choking on his felch. One of the two. He spit it on the floor and just went, Tony Bloody, hey! Anyways,
go for it.
Oh boy, do I have a couple things I got to say tonight. First things first, Titan Drago, nobody is playing Evil Genius 2. You know why? Because nobody played Evil Genius 1, okay? Only you. All right, it's a little bit ridiculous. And then I listened to your comment earlier when you were like, "Oh, I felt like a little kid again." Well, guess what? You fucking sound like one too. All right, why don't you get a man voice? Anyways, Drago, I'm not finished with you yet. I was listening to your stupid comments about your Black Friday purchases and this and that. Let me tell you something. The only thing you should have bought on Black Friday was a fucking muzzle. Okay, put it around your, put it right over your mouth, so I don't have to listen to your shit anymore. And on top, a rowing machine. Don't be fucking ridiculous, a rowing machine. Let me tell you something. Actually, you know what? I want you to buy that rowing machine. I want you to come visit me in Niagara Falls, and I want you to roll your ass off the fucking falls and fall down, and I will film it. I will film it in slow motion and slowly and just watch your death, and I will put it on YouTube. Oh, my God, I would get millions of views. Oh, man.
I need to hear him screaming all the way down, dude.
Oh, yeah. It'd be fantastic.
Fuck you, Tony!
Yeah, exactly. Fantastic. I love it. Who else? Oh, I did have something else to say.
Yes.
So I watched the podcast on Friday night. By the way, I really like that show by Asshole 1324, Axel there. I like that guy. Anyways, I saw that cooking show, and actually Dreadpool was on there with his family. Great show. It was a wonderful show. It was heartwarming to see the whole family there, and everybody was talking about their favorite foods and everything else, except for one thing. Axel, with that chef hat on, you look like Chef Boyardee, okay? It was ridiculous. Don't ever do that again.
It's funny because I even said to him, I said at one point it flopped and it kind of looked like the top of a weird condom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It was spent.
Exactly. It was ridiculous. Anyway, Dreadpool, I hear you just spoke up. Dreadpool, I'm not done with you. Well, I got a couple things. Dreadpool was talking actually a little bit earlier. He was worried about playing Halo with his friends and this and that. Well, I can tell you one thing, and he might wait to play like co-op later on. This is a problem Titan Drago will never have. Because if Titan Drago's going to be waiting for his friends to play Halo, guess what? He ain't never playing Halo. It ain't never going to happen. He's just going to be sitting there going, where the fuck are all my friends? You don't have any, scumbag. Yeah,
I keep adding them to my friends list.
Yeah, right. Blowing through the campaign. That was another line of yours. The only thing you're going to be blowing is me, okay? Not campaign. And that was and speaking of also with the campaign on Noof Nukem, I heard you saying, I'll probably play it, this and that. I'll probably end up playing. I'm not. Might wait for call. Noof, you play with yourself all the time. You can play Halo by yourself too, okay? Don't worry about it. And one last thing I was going to say before I take any questions is Dreadpool. I do have one bone to pick with you, sir, and that is why are you asking Cletus a question? You're from Florida. You're probably related to him. All right? He's probably your uncle. Jesus Christ. All you have to do is go in one of those backwaters in Florida and be like, hey, Uncle Cletus, just ask him the question. Bunch of toothless crackheads down there.
As like you, I'm a transplant. I didn't go north. I just went south. So
well,
he's
you're
my
part
next
of
door.
it now. You're part of the problem, okay?
He's my next door neighbor. I don't want to go across the street to go ask him.
Yeah, a bunch of toothless crystal meth addicts.
He lives close to the crap gamer. I wouldn't go outside my house.
What? Case and point. Now, does anybody have a question for Tony Baloney before I sign off for the evening?
Of course, your usual has a question for you. The doctor comes in hot and heavy with a $5 super chat. He says, Tony B, I am completely done with drinking after my birthday weekend. Where can I meet girls that don't drink and like ass play?
Let me tell you something. First of all, you're not done with drinking, but I will tell you one thing. After that weekend we had, I every time I look at a bottle of booze, I want to throw up. However, we're still here, and guess what? We're going to be drinking again. But as for any ladies that are going to like ass play, trust me, if they're going anywhere near your ass, and believe me, I saw your naked ass on the weekend, okay, rolling around in the bed and fucking gonna you're like, oh, I'm going to throw up. Oh, I'm going to throw up. And I look over, and I'm like, I could see your asshole. I'm going to throw up. And I haven't even started drinking yet. But let me tell you something. Any girl that's going to go near that ass or any guy that's going to go near that ass, they better be drunk because it's the only way that you're going to get anything near there. So you can stop that shit right now. And as for stopping drinking, nobody likes a quitter. All right? Next question.
All right.
I swear to God, I thought Tony was going to come out of the closet live on air. He was like, after that weekend.
Got more ass than a toilet seat, yeah. Good friend, the Six Slayer. He drops $5 in the super chat and says, "Stop it! It hurts! Stop!" The mag.
Yeah, very nice.
And the Wise Old Gamer, your other good friend besides the doctor. He says, "At Tony Baloney, how did you get that stain out of your jacket that Noof Nukem left you? Asking for a friend."
Actually, you know, it's kind of funny that you mentioned that. There was no stain on my jacket because everybody knows I'm the top. I ain't no bottom. And that actually, you know what? That super chap, "Stop It Hurts." I think I heard Noof say that about 5 or 6 times on that Tuesday that we hung out. But of course I didn't.
Sure that wasn't Cletus? Yeah, maybe Cletus was trying to do something with the jets in that jacuzzi.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What a disaster that was. Oh, my God. There was nothing like paying all that money for a room and having a big hot tub in the fucking room and then turning it on and brown water came out. Fantastic.
Tony, I got a question for you.
Oh, you do you? Oh,
yeah. Why do I smell mothballs every time you get on the camera, man? because the suit's been in the closet for like 25 years before I started doing this show. I couldn't even say it with a straight face. It's 100% fucking true. This thing's been sitting in a closet since like the 90s.
Yeah, at least it still fits.
Of course it still fits. What do you think I am, a fucking slob?
I think Titan was asking for reference as to how you got the moths to spread the legs so wide open.
I make everything spread wide open, whether they like it or not. One way or another.
Kylo Milo said, Tony, can you say somebody touching my spaghetti?
I'm not that Italian, okay? Just take it easy there. Jesus Christ. What do you think I'm fucking Mario? Hey, look, it's a me. It's a Mario. What does he want me to fucking say? I'll say it in a stupid Mario voice.
Touch his spaghetti.
Oh, why don't you touch my spaghetti, huh? There you go.
Hey, you're starting to sound like, what's his name? Salacious Crumb, the other guy from Star Wars.
There you go. Yeah, I love that character. It's one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. Unbelievable.
Fuck. Oh, goddamn. Oh, shit.
Well, it's time to get about it for the evening, and it's almost the midnight hour, folks.
Yeah, indeed.
So Tony Baloney is going to be signing off for the evening. But anyways, everybody have yourself a great night.
Oh, damn. Oh, wow. Drawn TJ, what's going on, brother? Thank you for another $5 super chat. He comes in and says, hey, guys, LOL, the best episode by far. Well, that's a high compliment because we've had a lot of amazing episodes. Well, thank you. Appreciate the support. Love you guys. Like I said, we had 73 amazing people checking this podcast out tonight. Let's keep pushing. Let's get to that amazing 100 mark. Would like to see that more often. I know we can do it. Anyway, guys, oh my God, I'm sure my neighbors are wondering what's so fucking funny over there. Of course, the Philly Eagle. You guys are amazing. Chat, you're off the hook, man. Unbelievable. Well, anyway, let's get these guys out of here. It's getting late. We've hit the 2-hour mark, and this has been an absolute dynamite podcast. Let's start with our fantastic guest who was nice enough to join us tonight, Dreadpool. Let people know where they can check out anything you've got going down, sir.
Okay, as I mentioned earlier in the show, I got the audio version of HTK 360 Breaking Bread with Dread, episode 23. So check for that out. It's already on Spotify, already on Apple Podcasts, and it'll be on the rest of them soon. As always, thank you, chat, for being here. You guys rock. Noof, Mag, and Titan, you guys are awesome again. Thanks for having me on. Just find me everywhere. Wednesday nights. Tomorrow night we make a return from our break. So Game Beyond the Box at 8. And then Friday at 10 a.m. Breakfast with Boom. And just look up linktree.com/Dreadpool. All letters, all caps. And you'll find everything that I have, everywhere to look, everywhere, YouTube, the audio podcast. It'll have everything that you need to find me.
Nice. All right. Well, that's it for Dread for this evening. Again, we look forward to having him back in the future. Let's get over to our fantastic panel members, and including the man who's never has a shortage of things to say, the man of personalities. It's the middle-aged game guy.
Yes, well, guys, it was a great show tonight. Dreadpool, thanks for joining us for the shenanigans. I gotta say, hey, look who's back. Webcam.chat, hot girls and boys, video chat. Oh, check out the pussy, check out the dicks. Listen to that, eh? You spamming motherfucker. Guess what? You know who that is, guys? That's a fucking PC player right there spamming the chat. Prove me wrong, motherfucker. Prove me wrong. Yeah, anyways.
I got your aimbot right here.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be it's 700 frames per second.
Probably using aimbot to find the wet spot, I'm sure.
Well, guys, chat, you guys were so supportive and so amazing tonight. We barely lost a viewer tonight, by the way. Eh? We were standing steady all night, and it's still steady all night, right to the end. Guys, panel, you guys are amazing. Chat, you guys are incredible. You guys all know where to find me. Come on, man. If you're not following by now, get your head checked. But anyways, everybody have a great night. I will see you guys all next Tuesday night.
Speaking of head checks and keeping us in check, it's the one, the only Philly Eagle. He's dropping $5 before we close the show. So thanks for another amazing show, fellas. Everyone, have a fantastic evening. Well, we wish the same to you, Philly. Thank you for your support and being one of our most consistent listeners and viewers of the podcast. We greatly appreciate it, brother. Take care. Have yourself a great night. We'll see you back here next week. And last but not least, the man who brings the common back to sense, it's Titan Drago. Where can people catch up with you, sir?
Everything at Titan Drago, everybody. You know, Mag always says, you know, he's got stuff coming or whatever, you know, he's got some stuff in the works. Well, I might have something in the works for everyone, depending if everything goes as planned. So we're talking maybe this week or next week. We'll see. And other than that, Drawn TJ, I'm going to give you the Common Sense Award for the week for having a good sense of comedy, man. Good sense of humor goes a long way, especially in this day of, you know, living in a lot of stupid people out there. We got to have a good, at least got to have a good sense of humor. And, you know, because God, isn't it crazy? Like how many people just can't take a joke nowadays?
Yeah, no doubt.
Smokes. And I'm glad we're all here and we can all take a joke, and you know, no one ever gets offended here.
Oh, that's why if I had a huge penis, I would have nicknamed it the joke, because I'd say, you can't take this, bitch.
I mean, think about it. Titan takes these jokes very well. Just like we always talk about Smite. You know, nobody wants a good pegging like that.
Wow. And I take it weekly. My ass hurts, trust me.
Every week Titan gets roasted. It's crazy. Oh shit.
Even when we play games, man, people let me have it. But anyways, let's keep getting those games coming. But yes, don't forget Evil Genius 2, and I'll see you all next week, everybody. Till then, let's bring the common back to sense.
Absolutely.
So how close is Evil Genius 2 to Orcs 3?
Dreadpool, don't start a new topic. It's late.
There we go. We'll be here another hour.
This is not Mike Mullet. Be here till 4 a.m.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious about that game myself.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you know, maybe since we've been talking about families, and of course Axel has brought on his siblings and stuff. Maybe one of these nights we'll have to do a Gaming After Dark Siblings Edition, or
are you out of your fucking mind, my kids? Can you imagine?
Huh? Well, we'd have to keep it PG, but I'm sure you can bring in the wives. You got one, Titan's got one, I got one.
Oh, the wives.
Whoa.
Wives, I'm talking about the kids. Bring the wives on. Keep us in check for a change. Watch the fucking slaps upside her head. That'd be funny. People would pay, because I'll still never forget when the best episodes was watching Fork Boy's wife slap.
Oh, and Fork Boy's wife slapped him.
Oh my god, the look on his face was priceless. Oh
that
my
was
god,
so good.
Never forget
Mark.
I would never get that from my wife. My wife is new. If you've met her,
yeah,
she's awesome. Yeah, she's just like us.
She can take a joke and give a joke.
Yeah, exactly. So it's there's no issue there, right? So
yeah, absolutely. And my wife, she doesn't give a shit. She just thinks this is all great. So hey, there you go. But anyway, guys, you know where to find me, always in the gutter when I'm not hanging out with these fine fellows, Mag, Titan Drago, and our amazing guests. You can find me also on Sunday morning with Good Morning Xbox and that fantastic crew over there. Speaking of, we had Eternal Shy and Axel in the chat tonight. And big shout out as well to Scrub Nurse. He's been having a rough go lately, guys. So anytime you can send him a message just to say hello and you're thinking about him, send him a hello. He appreciates it, trust me. So you guys are more than just panel members. You are family. Said that before. I got more friends now from Xbox and this community game nights and podcasts than I probably ever did growing up, and it means the world to me. I really do mean that. So anyway, you guys, you're fantastic. Our chat is awesome. Look at ACS Hustlers, a cool cat right there for you. And everybody in the chat, man, you guys are awesome. Wiseau Gamer, if you're willing to come on with us next week, let me know. I've sent you a DM. I'm sure people in the chat would like to hear what you have to say. You certainly have enough wisecracking comments in the chat, so I'm pretty sure if you can bring it on the mic, you're going to fit right in over here. Anyway, and but that's it. We'll close the show. You guys have a great night. We'll see you in next week as we do our Game Awards pre-show edition, I guess, as we will take a look at the nominee categories, and we'll make our own predictions, and we'll also find out what the chat thinks should win in each category before the big show on Thursday the 10th. So we won't have a chance to talk about the winners until the following week, but we'll do a little pre-show presentation for you next Tuesday. Should be a lot of fun. But anyway, guys, I'll let everyone get out of here. Have yourself a great night. Take care, and catch you all soon.